Welcome back to the Connecticut Film and TV Conference. My name is Jason A. Coombs, and I'm an actor and filmmaker and executive director of the Bridgeport Film Fest. I'm honored to spend time here with Reno Venturi, an actor, a filmmaker, a photographer, a teacher. That goes on and on.
Well, out of necessity, what can I say? You follow your passion, you do what you love.
Yeah,
It's in my honor to be here with you. It's nice to meet you.
nice to meet you too. Thank you. And I just, like I was saying before, I love the jacket.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
fashion. Let's go.
Well, it's an event.
So you wear so many multiple hats, right? How do you balance your time between teaching, between writing, between being on set, between producing?
Wow. It's a secret. Don't tell anyone. I've invented an 8-day week. So I work 8 days a week. Yeah. Don't tell anyone though.
I won't. I won't.
Yeah. No, I work a lot, but it's what I love. And if you happen to make it to my studio in Hamden, I have it set up there. Anybody that's been there knows I got showers. I even have a bed there, just in case.
Yeah. I got to say those snooze.
Yeah, that's right.
So that quote about like if you love it, it's not really work.
Absolutely. I learned that lesson when I was a small child. Someone said, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life.
That's the right quote. Yeah. So we all know producing, making films, making plays. It's a collaborative effort. How do you choose the people you want to collaborate with?
I tend to watch what's going on in my industry, and I watch what other filmmakers are doing. I watch what they're creating. And then at events like this, I tend to just sort of talk with everybody because I really want to work with people that are doing it for the right reason. They're doing it because they love it. They're following their heart. And they're not doing it because they want to become rich and famous. When I teach acting. When I go beginning acting class, I always ask everybody, why are you here? What do you want? If they say, oh, to be rich and famous, I say, go home.
Bye.
Yeah, because it's not for you. It's not the place to become rich and famous. Not that it can't happen,
Yeah.
but you should do it because you can't imagine doing anything else. So that's how I choose people. I choose people that are passionate, and the people I work with, it's never been a wrong decision. It's always been right.
You have spin instinct for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I tend to keep relationships for a very long time too. So that's also kind of one of the secrets, that you're not constantly changing gears. You work with people that are passionate as you are, and you find that you're up like mind. Like mind, always surround yourself with like mind, and you'll end up with amazing projects.
I love that. Yeah, it's true. It's amazing. And you get to work with a lot of your students? Because I do, yeah. Tell me about that process. Do your students get to audition for you?
Yeah. I have a feature actually on Prime right now.
Is it a Dangerfield?
It's called The Dangerfields, yes. And it was kind of a silly little movie, but it's a fun little movie. And I will say, I cast totally locally in Connecticut, but so many of the actors were my students, or are my students, currently my students, and it was fun to watch them, put what I've taught them into motion, and never let me down. Always super proud of them, and I've worked with them. I've directed them in plays. I cast a lot of commercials. I put them in commercials. I always open auditions to everybody and whoever gets the job. But when it's one of my students, I feel like a proud dad.
I love that.
Yeah.
A Dangerfield is an independent film that you wrote and directed?
I did not write. It was written by a fellow it was his dream. It was his high school dream. And he's in his late 70s, and things that happened to him in the 60s in high school. So it's somewhat of a true story. It's kind of a silly story, but he was having problems having someone actually produce it. And I said, I'm going to help you out, and let's do it. And it ended up being a very fun kind of show.
And how long was that process from like when you first read the script that you was sent?
It took about 2 years.
Wow.
2 years, yeah, start to finish. And we did it on a relatively low. For such a big film with so much music, we did it for under $100,000, which is kind of amazing. It really is amazing.
And you have to love it, right? Because to devote yourself to 2 years of a project,
Yes,
that'd be something you really believe in, that you really love, and then with people that you want to be around.
it's true. It's true. And like I said, I think I choose projects according to not just the project, because I have a couple up and coming for the new year that I'm in process working on and negotiating right now. But some of the ones, even the recent past, I tend to choose them according to the people that I'm going to get to work with. Because at my age, I figure I do this now because I really want to. I don't have to do it. I do it because I love it, and I want to make art, and I want to teach, and I want people to learn. from my experience. And then I learn every time I do something and do a project. You never stop learning,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So as soon as you think you've arrived, and I tell actors this all the time, you need that slack stuff, phase and go, whoa, I have not arrived. You have a lot to learn.
Yeah. Well, speaking of independent film, how do you think that will plays into the future of our industry, right? There's a lot of streaming now. There's a lot less video on demand stuff. How do you think like this new future of independent film is going to be?
Honestly, I like that creatives have that power, that we have that power, that we don't have to be forced to do something because somebody else had the money for it. I love that I have that opportunity to do it myself.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay if we have different opinions, but I'll find a different way to support it or pay for it. Whereas in the old days, because I'm from the old days, long time ago, where studios pretty much told you what you had to do, and oftentimes, cutting down is that creative hedge that you really want to have.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I kind of enjoy it. I like that we have the abilities that we have to access equipment now, and we have ability to edit ourselves and to create music and all that. And I think it just brings out more creatives. So I don't think it's a bad thing.
Good. Can we talk a little bit about funding? You said your last, the major fields cost under $100,000. Yeah. How do you go up raising that? Because I mean, that's not a lot of money to make a film, but it's still a lot of money in general, right?
Hey, listen, anything is money. When I've worked on a couple of films now where we only wanted to raise like $10,000, and that could be super, super difficult. But you really rely on the kindness of strangers and that other people will see your vision. And oftentimes you do just fundraising projects. You do things that get people involved, get them to be part of the project, and you light the fire. And I think once the fire is lit, oftentimes people just jump in. They want to get involved.
Well, it also seems like when people like you, I mean,
It helps.
those who can't see, we have a full audience here today. But it's clearly like you want to support you, right? Now, there's that probably helps.
It does. It does help. Seriously, people are going to give money to you when they know you're a good person and you know you're doing it for the right reason. And I had a web series that I created through the Actors Gym just with my students. And it was 16 episodes. And the beauty of that web series is that it was teaching people how to go from concept to finished project, including editing, camera work, acting,
Script to screen.
everything.
Yeah.
And the beauty is that should have cost me about $200,000. And I did it for $30,000. 16 episodes. And his people were amazing. And the reason is because they wanted to work with me. And I wanted to work with them. And they came in, and as the series went along, I got more and more people saying, "Hey, can we be part of this?
Yeah.
Can we be part of this?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely, 100%."
And where can people find that series?
It's actually available on Vimeo. You can just type into the internet, "Pleading Sanity," and it actually comes up. And it did so well that the UK actually purchased it from us, and they put it on their programming there. It was just my students doing this show, but people really loved the show.
Congratulations.
It's huge. Thank you.
So you do a lot of producing and directing here in Connecticut. What are some ways filmmakers and creators can get more projects off the ground here? And so that's a big thing of this conference, this initiative, is to get more work here in Connecticut, rather than people going to Boston or New York. And we love those cities, right? But there's so much talent here.
I agree. I think it's network. I mean, and the problem is people can't be lazy when it comes to that. I teach a marketing class, and I do it every 2 or 3 years. It's a big class. It's a long class for me.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is that people know your name. They hear your name. They see your project. They see your face. They see you commenting on other people's projects. They see that you have a love, a fire, a passion. And I think that helps a lot. And again, surrounding yourself with like-minded people. Like the Actors Gym page on Facebook, we have about 6,000 followers. But I'm also moderator for Hollywood Actors East, and we have like 19,000 followers. So that's quite a few people to be getting your name out there, your project. Because some people will write and say, "Here's my dream. This is what I'd like to do. Would you want to be involved?" And be amazed how many people would jump in. So got to be out there. Got to do it. Because as my most famous line for actors is, they don't cast a lot of Broadway shows from your basement.
It's true. It's great. 8 times you gotta, so they gotta be out there. Yeah. Reno, looks like we're coming close to the end of our interview.
No, it can't be true, dude.
I know, right? Can we get 5 more? No, good. But so quick questions to you. Okay, so really quickly, you're actors from the Actors Green have worked on TV shows from 30 Rock to all my children, to Broadway.
Always.
Yeah. Can you please share the most important advice, maybe in like, you know, 1 minute or so for them, for up and coming actors, people who are like, I want to try this thing. I'm not sure if it's right for me.
Be prepared to hear no, because no happens to everybody, and that can't stop you. You have to, again, foundationally, you have to do it because you love it, and you can't imagine doing anything else. So when one door closed, go through another one. Just keep going for it. Don't cut off your nose to spite your face, and just ignore your passion, your love. You just got to do it because you love it. Because people will always come up with excuses. I can't do it because A, B, C, D, E. Come on.
There's a lot of excuses out there. Hard, they love it. You love it, right? Do it. That's right. I always tell people that too.
100%.
Last question. Sure. What's been the most rewarding part of your career? You've been around for a little bit.
Couple of years.
You look young. You
Look at my breast challenge. You've been around forever.
Now, what's something you wished you knew when you first started out?
I think I was really fortunate because I worked with Lee Strasberg, which was Marilyn Monroe's acting teacher. So I learned some pretty cool stuff early on, and I learned working through Paramount as a young actor. I learned a lot of really great things, and I think there isn't anything that I know now that I didn't sort of learn early on, which really is value yourself, and you can't listen to the naysayers out there. You have to always follow your heart.
So it's about to brush off the haters.
You do have to brush off the haters. You know, I can there are time that does it. Basically, they're always jealous. They won't admit it, but they kind of are. And so it's like, okay, well, that's fine. You do your thing. I'm pretty chill when it comes to that. Like, you're not interested, you don't want to do it, that's fine. I'll find someone else will. And I've been doing this a couple of years, actually since 1960. So it's just hard to believe because I'm only 48, but do the math.
Yeah. I can't do math.
So I am only 48. Reading, oh, it was such a joyous talking. It was really nice.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for bringing your students here. Yeah. And for doing the work that you're doing. Keep plug really quick website so people can fund.
So I'm at theactorsgym.net, and I'm all over Facebook under Actors Gym Group.
Yeah, and you have some stuff coming up in 2025, y'all.
So I got lots of stuff. Feature film, couple of full short projects. I'll be looking for you.
Awesome.
Thank you.